Three ways to shift your money reality. Every single thing that you are presently experiencing is part of a story. It is a story that you have created inside of your mind. It is a story that you may have shared with other people. It's a story that you've agreed upon. But in any case, the most common part of it all, whatever the various experiences may be, or the various ideas may be going on in your head, the one thing we have in common in all of these is that there is an element of a story. It's a story that you've been fed, and it's a story that you've agreed to accept. So at this present time, you live in a reality, a money reality. And because money is such an important part of this journey that we call life, money is the common root of all things that we are experiencing. You can't do anything without money. You're limited without a lot of money. So you go to work in order to achieve more money. Everything that you do in this physical realm has its basis, its core. And so money plays a very big role in our personal story, our individual stories. But each person's story about money is very different from the other person's story about money. Each part has been placed together to create the whole of what you perceive as your money reality. So before I go any further, I do have a question for you. And the question is, what is your money reality? Have you ever asked yourself this question before? What story do you have in your mind about money that is unfolding in your physical experience right now? As what is your money reality? Where did your money reality come from? Did it come from mother, father, grandmother, aunt, uncle, or something you saw on television? How did you come to create this reality that you have with money? You see, because in order for you to shift your money reality, you have to first understand what your money story really is. And so if you have a story about money which does not support the story that you want to be living in the moment, then you've got to be able to find out the root cause of this story, where this story came from, and be able to unearth this root, just like you would if you were clearing out a field. You would want to find the root of the weeds and the grass and the trees that you no longer want on this particular plot of land. You would need to find them, and it isn't sufficient to simply cut the tree or the branches of the tree and hope that the tree would disappear. You have got to be able to go to the root of the tree, dig up the roots, pull it up, and that is the only way you're going to completely eradicate that tree from that spot or that property that you are trying to clear out. The same is true for your own money story. And this is an incredibly important part that oftentimes we overlook, especially now that so many people have become aware of the law of attraction. Everybody thinks that the law of attraction is the creative force. The law of attraction isn't a creative force. The law of attraction is that invisible field which links you to the things that you have already created within your inside. Whatever story you've created, it has become a part of you. It has merged with your cells, your body, your aura. Every single aspect of who you are has begun to merge with that money story. And that is very important for you to understand, because as you become the story that you've created, this is where the law of attraction says, oh, you could consider the law of attraction as this invisible field that just matches things with and places order with certain things. Okay, all the green balls go into this particular location, and all the red balls go over there. And all the people who are complaining about money, they go into that section where they will have no money. And all those people who love money and they think the world of money and they have a different money story will be in this section here, where they will continue to have an abundance of money because money is what they're thinking of, money is what they're working with. They have a love for it, so they get more of it. Do you see what I'm saying? So the law of attraction is like this little worker bee or this little servant that organizes everything and places it into the right box or the right circle or the right vibration where it belongs. So your goal in order to attract more money is for you, first of all, to not only unearth this old story and rip it out from the root level and toss it out. You've also got to now, in its place, put in a new story. You've got to create a story which now matches the persona, the personality, the story, the characters, and all of this stuff that you have working out in your mind that you would like to create, you have got to be able to imbue that story into the very essence of your being, become it. Because as you become it, that's when the law of attraction comes like a little sweeper, thing that just says, okay, all these money loving things go into this section. And then you find yourself in a section where it is a blessing, or it's wonderful. But before it became that, before you were able to be shifted into that particular area, you had to become it. And so in order to shift your money reality, you have to get rid of the old things, the old story which no longer serves you from the root level. Second, you've got to now put in place a new program, a new story, and thirdly, you've got to become it. And the only way to become something in this physical world is to immerse yourself with it. You have got to saturate yourself. So this is where I'm going to focus on the rest of this topic. So you've got the 3 ways of shifting your money reality. But let's dwell a little bit on the final one, which is the immersion part of it. The reason why it's so important to immerse yourself within these new belief systems about money is that the more you saturate your mind with this new story, this new understanding, that thinking begins to alter your brainwaves. It begins to alter the way you perceive the world. It begins to alter what you become aware of, because an opportunity could be right in front of you, but because of the way you were thinking previously, you wouldn't even be able to see it. So your goal is to completely bombard your mind with this new belief system. It's not enough to do it every once in a while. You've got to read books which remind you that money does flow and how it flows. Maybe you want to read about other people who've gone from poverty to wealth. Maybe you want to take some courses that may teach you ways that you can become an entrepreneur. There are so many things that you may and can do. The goal is to keep within the space where you have saturated the mind so intensely that you become the essence of the very thing that you are focusing on. Because the more you imbued yourself with the liberating concept that money is quite easy to come by, money is no more difficult than anything else. Money loves you as much as you love money. Everywhere you turn, money's flowing and coming into your life and blessing you from all sorts of different avenues and different ways. When you allow that to take over you, that will become your reality. And it's not something that you could do by reading a book one time and putting it away. The more you involve yourself in this new way of thinking, the more and more your experiences related to money will begin to change, and you will begin to have more rapport with money. If you find this information helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And here's something I really, really want you to do. Please click the link inside of this video where you'll be taken to a package where you will learn 5 of the reasons why we don't really attract money despite our knowing full well about the law of attraction and all of those things. Why is it that so many people continue to struggle with the law of attraction? That's one thing. The other package takes you through the journey of fear. Do you realize that a great part of what you do not attract comes from the fear that you have associated with achieving it? Maybe there's a fear that if you have it, it may bring problems into your life, or that it might be difficult to achieve. There are a number of reasons why fear comes into the mix. But unless you learn how to deal with fear, fear will always control you. Have you ever been in a vehicle where you've got your foot on the gas, but then at the same time, without even realizing, you may have put your foot on the brakes? It's like this when you have fear. Fear is a very, very important part of the story and the equation that must be uprooted, just as you would uproot that old story about money. Learning how to tackle fear is very important to your ability to manifest the things that you want. Where there is fear, there is no power. Where there is fear, you are incapable of achieving what you want, what you will continue to have in your life. Are many stories of failure and negativity and blockages when you live in fear. So it is crucial that you understand how to deal with fear. And the final package is a beautiful package which takes you deeper into understanding the real core of where we manifest from. And it's also accompanied by 2 beautiful meditation pieces which places the mind into deep receptive state so that you can more effectively get into that state where you can create more easily. It's also a very good audio to listen to when you are in the process of repeating affirmations or visualizing or creating what you want. So, by all means, click the link inside of the description and sign up now so that you could be taken to these free gifts, which will take you a lot closer to achieving what you want.